Hello YouTube stackers, this is ST with Silver Stacking 101, where we always believe in staying stacked and packed. Stacked with silver, gold, food, ammo, and packed with the means necessary to defend our stack. Why do we believe this? Because of what's happening right now. Sorry it's been a while since I've been on here. I had a major work project come up and it was taking 100% of my waking hours, but I'm back. In this video, I want to talk about prepping to survive the coming depression. The next video will be positioning ourselves to take advantage of investment opportunities the depression will offer. But we have to survive before we can thrive, and that's what this video is about. There are 4 items that we need in order to survive the depression. There are 3 G's, and let's talk about the 3 G's. Number 1, they are grub, gold, and guns. Under grub, I'm not saying get on and buy freeze-dried meals from internet websites. That stuff's incredibly expensive. It has a place. MREs have a place in a trash can. But we are not running and living in the wilderness. We are going to need food and a supply of food that we can depend on during the depression, but it doesn't have to be something we have to hide and we have to cook in the woods. By this, I mean when we go to the grocery store, buy extra pasta sauces, canned meats, rice, beans. Remember, this is a survival situation. We're not trying to live like we always lived. We put this stuff aside with a shelf-stable life of 2 to 3 years before it runs out. If we're wrong and we don't have to use it, we can give it to the soup kitchens, we can give it to food banks, and needy people will be happy to get it, which we should be doing stuff like that. Anyway, so it's a win-win. We can't lose buying up food. Next issue, gold. By gold, I mean precious metals, gold, silver, etc. This is our insurance against the collapse of the dollar. I'm not saying the dollar is going to collapse in this depression, but it could. We need to preserve our buying power against hyperinflation. Precious metals are a great way to do it. Let's move to guns. Okay, by guns, I mean guns and ammo. Now, when we stock ammo, remember that is also a great barter item, and it stores forever. But when we choose our firearms and we buy the ammunition for it, remember to choose common calibers. Don't go out and buy 7.62 by 54 ammunition. I used to have a rifle from World War II that was a Finnish rifle, and it shot a 7.62 by 54 or 56, I forgot. Never could find ammunition for the thing. Never did shoot it one time. Eventually sold it because I never could find ammo. But stick with calibers that are very common. 9mm, 40 caliber. And your rifles, 7.62 by 39, that's your AK. 5.56, that's your AR-15. Of course, a good 12 gauge above all. If I could only have one weapon, it would be a 12 gauge. So stay with common calibers. 22 ammunition is also a great barter item. The last thing I want to talk about in prepping for the depression is to have cash. Now, some viewers have took exception to this, but follow my reasoning. The coin of the realm is the US dollar. If I take a stack of silver to pay my utility bill, the power company will not accept it. They accept US dollars. We need to have at least 6 months of living expenses set aside. We don't know what's going to happen. At least 6 months. To achieve this, I'm going to advocate something I never do, and that is don't pay off short-term debt if you have it. Unsecured debt. Make the minimum payments. I'm not saying stick the bank, although they're crooks. But I am saying sacrifice paying off debt until the 6 months of living expenses have been built up. At least 6 months. And we need to do this before we begin to invest. Now, once we have the 6 months living expenses built up, at that point start paying off the unsecured debt. Certainly before we invest, all unsecured debt needs to be paid off. Hopefully, all debt other than your house should be paid off. But this is what we need to do to position ourselves to make sure that we survive into the depression, survive through the depression, so we can position ourselves to take advantage of investment opportunities I'm going to talk about on the next video. Now, for those that don't believe self-defense is important, imagine right now there's a major American city that has an area the police cannot even go into. This area, I am sure, has many innocent people that are at the control of the hostile people that are holding the area essentially hostage. Guys, we have to maintain our own protection. We're responsible for our own safety, and we're going to have to be responsible for our own financial safety net. That's one trait I like about Silver Stackers. Silver Stackers are very self-reliant people. That's why I get along so well with people in the silver community. Let me know what you think. Do you agree or do you disagree? Let me know what you think and why you think it. Please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't. Thank you for watching. God bless you. And remember, stay stat and packed because we need it right now.